Welcome. We are talking about Virgo season, which is crazy. I feel like I just did the Leo reading, and here we are talking about Virgo. I hope that Leo season has been good for you, has gone well. But anyway, so we're talking about Virgo. Of course, see where you have Virgo in your chart. See if you have any planets, any placements in there. We're all a little Virgo during Virgo season. So even if it's empty for you, this would still apply. I have a Virgo moon. So yeah. I definitely resonate with a lot of the Virgo stuff. So, we have Virgo here. I analyze is their motto. And if you've met a Virgo, you know that they are very heady, very, analytical, maybe even a bit overthinky, but, wanting to figure out all of the possibilities before proceeding forward, right? It is an earth sign. So, and I feel like earth signs kind of have that hesitancy when it comes to making changes. I'm a Taurus sun. So I know all about that too. Clearly, like my top three, two of those signs are earth. I'm a Cancer rising. So anyway, yeah, like a bit maybe worry-warty, but highly organized, right? Like, even if it is just mentally, but I feel like, the Virgos that I've known are definitely highly organized in their personal lives, but also, like with their families, with the people around them. Virgo obviously rules over the 6th house. We have that out here talking about routine, our day-to-day, but also there is an emphasis on health and our body with Virgo and the 6th house. So, what are the routines that we are getting into that are supporting our health, mental and physical? Right, because you need those two things to be in alignment. You don't need, but obviously, like if those two things are more in alignment, it does make it a little bit easier to move forward. Diet and nutrition, of course, come up. Like I have a friend who, I can't remember if she's a double Virgo or a triple Virgo in her big three, but I feel like she was, or is, the type that can just kind of look at you and tell you what could possibly be going wrong or areas that you could improve on with your health. So, there's a healer quality that comes with Virgos also. I think we all have the capacity to be healers, not only for ourselves, but of course, like for other people. But, Virgo especially, there is that potential there. So, doctors, nurses, medical practitioners, right? Just even having an interest in, like holistic medicine. Again, like my friend would have a natural remedy for almost everything that you could possibly think of. Just a pillar of knowledge for those that plant magic and, like I said, like, natural remedies to ailments. We're not really like taking cards yet. I'm still kind of like shuffling a little bit, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm glad that cards are jumping out though. But also, you know, something else to keep in mind with Virgo is that it would be a good time to get rid of any clutter, clear out some space where, you know, maybe the energy of the thing is gone, you know, like it's no longer serving a purpose for you to have it. It would be a good time to donate it, sell it, you know, give it away, see if somebody else, you know, can find useful energy in it. So that would definitely, this would be a good time for that too. Let me just kind of cut these. I am going to keep shuffling because I feel like for these readings, you know, I kind of let the cards come out, but we'll just kind of break up the energy there and shuffle with a bit more intention for cards to actually come out now. And then, like I said, you know, the Virgo is the ruler of the 6th house. 6th house talks about routine. And again, you know, like that talks about our day-to-day routines, but what type of routines are we in as far as our, you know, physical health? What type of, you know, routines are we in? Even like in the mornings, right? Like, you know, how do you get your day going? Do you have a ritual? And a ritual can literally be anything from, you know, I mean, like you get up and you make coffee or you make your tea before you get on any type of social media or before you kind of look at your phone. You know, do you allow yourself to kind of gradually wake up? Do you have the time, you know, to do that? Is it accessible to you? Or is it kind of one of those things where your alarm goes off and you have to like start moving kind of quickly? It also talks about job, work, right? Because again, like how are we spending our times? What is our routine? So there could even be a job change coming up. And, you know, same with Virgo. It's like, you know, wanting to plan for every scenario that could happen. But we also have Mercury because Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And if there's anything to know about Mercury, it's like, you know, things can change kind of quickly because, of course, we have Mercury retrogrades and, you know, it's kind of like, you know, the energy shifts. So kind of planning for the unplanned, also allowing space for the unexpected to show up. And even for me, which is interesting, you know, like going into Virgo season, I am finalizing offerings for personal readings, which I'll be announcing here at some point anyway. But also very cool that, you know, like that has started to come up and kind of actualize during Virgo season. So very cool to kind of see how that comes together. But like I said, you know, I'll announce that here at some point as soon as I get them finalized. And then again, you know, like with the earth element, staying grounded also has to do with our physical body. I can't remember. We'll keep moving. I can't remember if there was another card that popped out and I put it on the bottom or I put it on the top. So it can come out again. I don't, it was like the 5 of Pentacles was on the bottom and the Ace of Pentacles was at the top. So it's like, I don't want to make that decision of which one of those cards was coming out because I would choose the Ace of Pentacles. But I don't want to influence the reading. So like I said, they can come out if they want to. We're looking for 3 more cards here. We're using the Good Tarot this time around. And it was like, you know, the first kind of thought that like popped into my head. Ooh, love that. Holy shit. When I was kind of like gearing up to do this reading, and I always like with any of the decks, I mean, I don't do it like on video or whatever, but with any of the cards, any of the decks that I use for any of the readings, I ask if it even wants to give the reading. So we ask for consent over here. Sometimes the decks that I choose are like, nope, not me. And so, I have to pick a different deck. But anyway, so, like as I was, like the first, second that I was shuffling the card, the Six of Wands came out. So I was like, okay, let's do this. I love the imagery of these cards. I love everything. We're looking for 2 more. And already such a beautiful message. Like already going into Virgo season. We got some flippers here, but we need them to actually fall out. So 2 more. Mercury is also, I might have already mentioned this, but Mercury, the god Mercury, also talks about medicine and magic. So it's interesting, this would be, of course, good time to, really focus on your body. Really, make those appointments if you need to get into a doctor. Again, if it's accessible, really kind of find some consistency in that. I'm not going to take this one because of how it fell out. But we were talking about health, and that was the 3 of Swords. So yeah, there could be some things that could be improved with your health, some answers maybe that you're seeking or trying to have answered. It's always so interesting when we begin or end with the moon. Because if we begin with the moon, then it kind of talks about what you don't see coming. And if we end with the moon, it's kind of the same thing, but it's also like the outcome is not the point, which is so funny because we're talking about Virgo season, right? And Virgo, again, like I was saying before, Virgo has this analytical, they want to be able to come up with every possible outcome, every possible, way that something could go. And we're ending with the moon, which is the exact opposite. But it's also too, we talked a little bit about expecting the unexpected or leaving room for surprises. And, of course, surprises may not always be good things. Some people may not even like surprises, but it's almost like, leaving room for magic to happen. We can't possibly know every which way that a situation could go. But anyway, I am moving way ahead of myself. So let's back up and start at the beginning. We have the Queen of Cups here, or the Queen of Water. This is the card of Cancer. But also, cups having to do with our emotions, how we feel about a thing. And when we talk about the queens, it's like, we recognize the energy of the suit within ourselves. Because it's kind of like, you have to recognize it within yourself before you can recognize it within other people, but also share it. And that's where we get to the King of Cups. There's also, you know, like a discipline aspect that comes with the Queen of Cups. But you could be just very, like, finding clarity on how you want to feel moving forward. And I absolutely am obsessed that it's paired with the Fool, because this would be saying that you are making your decision on how you want to proceed forward based on how you want to feel. How do you want your life to feel? How do you feel about things going forward? But also, it's like over the last however long, you have gained clarity in your feelings. There's, you know, also an empathic or intuitive, psychic element that comes with the Queen of Cups. So this could even be an elevation of that. Because I would say, you know, like the King of Cups would be when it's, you know, kind of fully actualized. But you're moving towards that. That's like exactly where you're going. I wanted to see if the King of Cups or the King of Water was under there, and it is a little ways. I mean, we'll go through all of this. There it is. Yeah, we'll go through those. I just like, I had a feeling, speaking of, I had a feeling that it was going to be there somewhere close, not too far away. So again, you know, we have this Fool card here, and the Fool talks about brand new journey. This is and I love too that we have the Fool and the World all in the same reading. So cool. But this is the beginning of a new journey. It's that leap of faith. There's this kind of like trust element here also. Like, you know, you could have been spending some time really reconnecting with your emotional body, really reconnecting to who you are at your core. And again, even this analyzing thing, this could be something that really starts to gain some traction, you know, during Virgo season. You know, like starting to like really trust in yourself, that self-doubt. Even if it's still there, it's like, yeah. I know this story. I've been, you know, telling it to myself for however long. However, you know, like I do feel differently about myself, but about where I'm going. Absolutely beautiful. We have the Wheel of Fortune with the 9 of Cups. Are you kidding me right now? I wish I could like transport or whatever, like you know, like I wish I could like the feeling that I have about this. I wish I could like share that with you so you could feel that in your emotional body, because this is like, you know, the Wheel of Fortune talks about things changing. I always see the Wheel of Fortune as being a good card. I see it as luck, good fortune, things are changing for the better. I don't even care if things have been going well or not. Like, they're going to get better if they have been going well. If they have not been going well, they are going to start going well. Like I said, I don't really care where it is, who's next to it. And all of the cards that are surrounding it anyway are beautiful cards. So it's just kind of like, even expansion. It is a 10, so, it talks about the completion of something. 10 simplifies down to a 1. We have an ace here, but this is even like, again, just kind of a fresh start. You could be seeing things starting to pay off. But also, what is even more incredible is that because you are making this decision, and this doesn't have to be something as big as, getting a whole brand new job or moving locations, or, it does not have to be something that large. It could literally be, again, even changing your daily routine, even if slightly. It could be changing the way that you perceive your reality, like how you feel about your life. It could be, finding more gratitude, starting a gratitude list, trying to just kind of rise like above a little bit of that anxiety. It literally can be across the board, and of course dependent on your situation. It could even be, I don't know why I'm like hearing this in my head, but it could even be just forcing yourself to smile a few times a day. For whatever reason, Like, so I just wanted to say it doesn't have to be something that's like so, big. It can be, absolutely, 100%. It absolutely can be. I just wanted to say, there's just there's a spectrum there. There's like, it's all across the board as far as how it shows up in your life. But again, with this Wheel of Fortune, it is going to start, this thing over here is going to start moving forward. It is going to start changing things for you for the better. And we have the 9 of Cups underneath that. Like, again, are you kidding me? Like, the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment. This is you getting exactly what you want. You feeling fulfilled, purposeful. It's like, you literally found your, I want to say niche, but again, making this decision over here, taking this leap here based on even how you want your life to feel in the future. It would be based on this 9 of Cups. How do you want your life to feel? What is, like your wish fulfillment, your, when pigs fly thing? Because it's possible and it's coming. This is, like the stepping stone. This is moving towards that. And then we have the World here. And I'm getting, the world talks about a completion. But I'm getting more of like, you are going to receive everything that you are putting your energy towards. If we can, I hope you can see in this card here, she's holding a key. And of course that key could have opened this treasure chest here. But it's interesting because I almost like, I get this feeling of she found this key in here, because it's not like she's trying to grab for these diamonds, right? She's caressing or, kind of holding this key. With emotion. And then we have in the world card, we have up here this keyhole. So again, it's like, finding that thing. Whatever the thing is for you, it's finding that thing that's going to unlock this world of possibility. I'm not really like getting this, like huge feeling of completion. I mean, it certainly can be completion in the sense of, the thing that you have been searching for, you have found. And it's like it unlocks worlds, because there's more than one world in this card. So it like unlocks all this possibility for you. And then we have the moon down here. And, the moon is like I was saying at the beginning, it's the things we don't see coming. It even talks about our subconscious. There could be a level of, healing that takes place through all of this stuff. Like that could be the elevation that there, if you have been on a deconditioning path, a healing path for some time, there could be this huge effing breakthrough that happens for you. Which I'm just like sitting in that energy, and that is so profound and freeing, like inner child work and healing, all of that. This is exactly what happens, because even, the Fool here, this looks like it's a child. So, I mean, there could have been, you could be on, like I said, a deconditioning path, and there's something, there's just something that just clicks for you. And, you find this key here, and it just unlocks, all of this beautiful energy here. And with the moon card, there's this like new level of understanding. But again, like with the moon card, it's the things that we don't see coming. I will say, though, we have a little bit of an inclination of what is going to come here, because we have the Ace of Earth at the bottom of the deck, which is the Ace of Pentacles, really honing in on that earth element. And it's interesting because this is the only, well, we have the World here, but this is the only earth card that came out for an earth reading. I mean, Virgo, right? Which is not bad thing at all. I find it to be a little interesting. But like I said, we do have the actual earth card out here. But, This talks about, pentacles having to do with our money, our time, our physical body, anything in the 3D world, right? And with the ace, it's a brand new beginning. We have the world out here, or excuse me, we have the Fool. So there's definitely this potential for, these new starts. This could be a new job. It could be a different way of making money. It could be, of course, starting a new routine for your health. We have the Four of Cups underneath. I feel like this reading has been like fairly water heavy. I mean, we have the Queen, the Nine, we have the Moon. The Wheel of Fortune is fire. I think the Fool might be air. But anyway, I'm staring at this card because, she's holding a pearl here and there's 3 other pearls that are, this just kind of feels like a shakeup to the humdrum. Like if things have been mundane, maybe you've even felt a bit bored. This would be saying that there's going to be this opportunity, like things are going to be changing, like your routine could be changing, your day to day, like how you manage your time could be changing. Here we have the King of Swords or the King of Air. Intelligent, thoughtful. There's also, like a clarity of thought. There's a discipline that comes with the kings. The queens and the kings, there's a discipline. This might even just be too, like, because I keep looking at this mask. And interestingly enough, okay, sorry about that. So we were talking about the King of Air. And like I said, there's this intelligence. I don't know if I actually did say that, but there is an intelligence that comes with the King of Air, or the King of Swords. It's also kind of like, I keep getting this feeling of like, especially with it being next to the Four of Water and also next to the Death card, which we'll get to. But it's kind of like, you have sat on this for a while. It's something that you have been already thinking about. This feels very Virgo, very analytical, maybe even taking calculated risks. Like, and it could even be happening because, like I said, you could be feeling a bit bored. There, just kind of your everyday life, what you do, what you spend your time doing is maybe just not even bringing you the fulfillment that it once did. So it's kind of like, been thinking about how how to move forward, what's logical, what logically makes sense here. And again, we start with this Ace of Pentacles. So this is, a new journey, but this all just kind of seems like the path to get here. It could even be the path. Yeah. I don't know what I was just going to say. It was literally going to be a different way of saying what I just said. So, like I said, we have, transformation, the Death card. I don't know why I'm second guessing myself. That is the Death card, right? Transformation. Yeah. And, with we're talking about Earth, we're talking about Virgo. And, like I was saying in the beginning, Earth signs, Virgo, there is this kind of hesitancy to change. And that could even be, this King of Swords here. Really having to try to think of every which way that this change is going to go, because it's kind of like this is inevitable. This transformation, because the Death talks about something ending so that something new can begin. That's all that it is. And generally something does have to end in order for something else to begin. And we have Patience or Temperance right behind that. So we have this progression from 13 to 14. So yeah, we have Patience here, or Temperance. And it just feels like this has been something, again, that has been in the works, even if it's just been energetically. Like the changes that you've been making, the work that you've been putting in, all of the things that you have been doing. It's been shifting energies around. Because that's what Temperance talks about, is alchemy. It's energies, swishing together and recalibrating and all of those things to match your energy, your intention, your manifestations, right? And then, interestingly enough, like we have the Six of Earth in reverse. I don't shuffle reversals into any of my decks. So it's interesting that we have this show up, and this feeling that I'm getting from this is don't sell yourself short. The Six of Pentacles generally talks about generosity, unexpected resources popping up. It's the give and take of energy. It's reciprocity. Like what you put out, you get back. And with it being in reverse, I have this feeling of, again, don't sell yourself short. Whether that be literally or, hypothetically, like, whether that's just in your mind, like the doubts that kind of creep in, or if you're offering services, or even if you are looking for a new job, don't take the first offer, like negotiate, right? Like know your worth is how this is feeling. If you are offering services, maybe it's time to up your prices. Or if you are just stepping into offering services, don't sell yourself super duper low because you're worried that somebody's not going to want to purchase it, right? Like, again, don't sell yourself short. And here we have the King of Cups. Like I was saying, you know, this is that leveling up. You've recognized it within yourself. You've even gone through this whole path that we just talked about. And then here you are, like here, leveling up from the Queen of Cups to the King of Cups. We have the Eight of Earth behind there, which talks about work. What are you spending your time doing? What are you mastering? Right? And then even the Chariot behind there, things moving fast. We have love with the Lovers card, the right people finding you, you linking up with the right people, the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on during Virgo. And it's really, you know, like, even this top row here, I love how the Queen of Cups is looking at the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, her eyes are closed, but she's facing that direction. It's almost like, you know, really manifesting, like really intuiting, you know, this change that is going to put you on top of the world, is how that feels. I mean, it could, of course, like bring about the end of an old cycle, of course, because even, you know, like if we were to go this way, then coming down to this Fool card, we go, you know, something is ending here because this wheel started turning. And that created this brand new opportunity to step into something new that is in alignment with our purpose and how we authentically want to experience our lives. And like I said, with this Moon card, it's like leaving room for surprise. It's almost like, you know, like letting the universe show you how it gets better. And, you know, it does get better. We have this Ace of Pentacles here. New opportunity. I love this. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for us, for Virgo season. Thank you so much for being here. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.